Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that all members have 5 legislative days to revise and extend their remarks and include extraneous material on the measure under consideration.
Without objection.
I yield myself such time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in support of House Joint Resolution 24, disapproving the action of the District of Columbia in enacting the Local Resident Voting Rights Amendment Act of 2022, introduced by the chairman of the House Committee on Oversight and Accountability, James Comer of Kentucky. Our nation's capital city is in crisis. Crime is rampant. Students in D.C. public schools suffered historic learning loss because Democrats kept schools closed. Buildings are sitting empty while federal workers continue to work from home. But the D.C. Council has prioritized a bill to allow non-citizens, including illegal immigrants and foreign employees at embassies, openly hostile to the United States, to vote in local elections. This move by the D.C. Council dilutes the votes of American citizens, including the many residents of the district who struggled and sacrificed to obtain legal citizenship the right way. Voting is a pillar of American democracy and a constitutional right that must be protected and preserved for citizens of our country. Voting is how Americans exert their will upon their government. Voting ultimately determines how laws are written and enforced so that citizens can shape the rules under which they can earn a living and be protected from harm. Voting is an essential privilege and responsibility established at great cost throughout our nation's history. To quote one of our founding fathers, Samuel Adams, let each citizen remember at the moment he is offering his vote that he is executing one of the most solemn trusts in human society. On November 21st, 2022, the D.C. Council chose to trash this solemn trust by granting this sacred right of voting to anyone residing in the district, including those here illegally and other non-citizens. Now just think about the immediate implications of this law. Our nation's capital city plays host to virtually hundreds of foreign organizations and embassies. Many of those foreign nationals have interests directly opposed to those of the United States, and they make no claim otherwise. D.C.'s law makes 0 exceptions for such individuals whose role may be to disrupt or destroy the American way of life in the principles that our nation stands upon. For years, Democrats in Washington decried potential foreign influence in our electoral process. But D.C.'s new law potentially allows foreign agents from China, Russia, and other adversaries to participate in local elections held within this nation's capital city. It's no secret that President Biden's policies have created the worst border crisis in American history, bar none. Just this week, the Committee on Oversight and Accountability heard from the U.S. Border Patrol about how the Biden administration's policies are undermining their ability to secure our southern border. Now, D.C. Democrats are providing another magnet for illegal immigration. This law is so bad that the D.C. Council even lost the support of the Washington Post's editorial board. In October of last year, the Washington Post editorial board announced it opposed the bill, declaring voting is a foundational right of citizenship. The Post went on to note that allowing an estimated 50,000 non-citizen D.C. residents to vote is just simply a bridge too far. And I think most of us can agree on that. And I think most of the American people would certainly agree with that. Even D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser agrees with us. And she chose to withhold her own signature from this legislation. While the bill was ultimately enacted without her support, it is shocking that even the progressive Democrat mayor of D.C. does not support the actions of this out-of-control D.C. Council. If a bill goes too far for Mayor Bowser, then the alarm bell should be ringing in every state and locality across the nation. Our free and fair elections are the hallmark of a healthy democracy, and we must protect them. The D.C. Council's law intends to do the opposite. For these reasons, I urge you to support my resolution of disapproval to stop this radical reform in its tracks, and I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserved.